Okay, so my story with Kevin, some people probably heard me say this, but I just think it's a hilarious story. The day before I fought him, I'm waiting for the elevator, and I'm on the second floor, and the elevator opens, and there's Kevin. And I don't remember whether he has to go down or up. It doesn't matter. But anyway, I get in the elevator, and he's by himself. And the elevator closes, and we see each other in the reflection of the door. And I see a smirk on his face, and I have a smirk on my face. And he says something, hey, how you doing? I said, I'm doing great, good. He says, hey, man, if you leave your feet on the ground, I promise I'm not going to take you down. And I'm looking at him, I go, really? Yeah. I go, okay. I said, well, let me think about that. And he says, cool. So when he's laughing, then the door opens up, and he says, hey, good luck tomorrow. I say, you too, brother. Sounds good. So then I think he set me up, because the next day I'm fighting him. And the first thing that he's doing, he's hitting his thigh, like, kick me. And I'm going like, okay, now I'm confused here. I mean, he told me if I wouldn't kick him, he wouldn't take me down. But I go, oh, wait a minute. I'm going to be very smart. I'm going to act like I make a roundhouse kick, but I change it into a front kick. So if he comes in to take me down, I'm going to kick him in the face. So immediately when I kick, he moves backwards. And I go, he's moving backwards on my kicks. Now, my game plan was not to kick at all for this fight, since he's such an incredible wrestler. He's going to grab my kick. He's going to take me down. And I go, wait a minute. He's not taking me down. He's backing away from my kicks. Let's start kicking. And then the second kick I threw, of course, he took my ass down, and he put me on the ground right away. So till this day, I believe that was a complete setup. And he prevailed in that one. You know, Kevin was one of those guys who was friends with everybody. You know, you could be a person just standing on the street, and he would look at him and say, hey, man, how you doing? And boom, that was a friendship. I mean, and he will make you feel that you already know him for such a long time. He was just very cordial with everybody. You know, he didn't have a bad bone in his body. What they always say, he would give a shirt off his back. Like, literally, he will be that guy who would actually do that. And it's always refreshing to see a guy who's always uplifting. I always like that. You know, at the Pride Fighting Championships, we had such a great time. You know, always happy. And the other story I always tell is that he gave me the nickname El Guapo. It started with him. It was after a breakfast that we had. And again, I'm sorry for the people who heard this story a bunch of times now. But at the breakfast we had at the Tokyo Hilton in Japan, which was always a really great breakfast. All the fighters would be there early in the morning. It would be a happening. People cracking jokes, having a good time. And Ken Shamrock sits at the table with Tina Shamrock, his ex-wife at the time, and she's from Mexico. And I'm talking about the movie The Three Amigos, which has the bad guy El Guapo in it. And I ask her, I say, hey, you speak Spanish? Spanish. And she goes, yes. I said, what does it mean, El Guapo? And she said, that means the handsome. Now, I always called myself the most handsome fighter in mixed martial arts, or NHB, I would say at the time, because that was before mixed martial arts. And I remember Kevin stepping up from leaving the table and say, okay, Guapo, we'll see you later. And that was it. Then I believe Coleman started calling me Guapo and other people. And then, boom, suddenly I was Guapo. But that was Kevin who started that whole thing. Any final words? Rest in power, man, till we get up there. So just make sure that you, like I always said, make sure that I'm on the list, so I don't have to wait anymore if I go up there and there's some club or nightclub. So he knows these people now. He'll set us up.